Welcome, my friends, to Vril Vision. Why did I just adopt a French accent? I do not know. This is going to be a test to see if I have to start a new channel or not. And I have over 700 followers, subscribers here, but I seem to have hit a wall. So we're going to test that. If we have no views, then we'll just have to start over again. A whole new everything. And it does be like this sometimes. All right, we keep on pushing. Out. We have we've lost wake movement because it's too close to wokeness. Originally, when being woke first started, before really it got taken over by the left, it was just about being awakened to what's really going on. Those who cannot be named. And then it got taken over by just like gender non-binary type stuff. So that's all very sad. So we changed it to Vril Vision. Vril because it has to do with Hyperborean, Agartha, um, European ancestral mysticism, because we are breaking out of the Abrahamic traditions. And others before me have done such things, so I don't have to make up anything. I'm just really grabbing certain things and putting them together. The mystical, quote unquote, theosophical bend from Savitri Devi, Miguel Serrano, Julius Evola, putting that together with Odinism or Wotanism, and together with the creativity movement, Ben Clausen. And what this is really, it's trying to reach out to the European nation who are under attack, being replaced. And if you're not on board with that, then just this might not be the channel for you. And so why Vril Vision? Vril is likened to chi or prana or shakti. And all these things might sound Indian and foreign, like words that come from Hinduism, Sanskrit. Well, Sanskrit comes the closest one we have to Proto-Indo-Europeanism, as well as Gaelic or just Old Irish. And some like weird, like Balkan places have held on to that language. So it's the Proto-Indo-European language and the people of that place, which is near the Caucasian Mountains, in the Caucasian Mountains, where we get the word Caucasian from, the Pontic Steppe. And then they immigrated, brought the Vedic system to Central Asia, today India. And then further to the west, the Avesta scriptures that started Zoroastrianism, which heavily influenced Abrahamism. But what we are doing is we are unplugging from the Abrahamic psyop. That is Christianity, Islam, even Freemasonry. Even though Freemasonry does, it did preserve some of the mystery traditions of like the Greeks, the Persians. The Persians aren't like the Arabs we think today. And many people might say, you're so racist." What I recommend, if you are Arabic, go to your pre-Abrahamic traditions, get in touch with that. If you are from Africa, go back to your African traditions, get in touch with that. Drop this foreign desert death cult. Unless you happen to be Jewish, then go back and stay Jewish, but hopefully come up with a better interpretation of it that doesn't mean wiping out Edom, Esau, Amalek, who is mainly the white Europeans. But we have our microphone, we have our soundboard, we have a great camera, great sound system, and we're doing this. We are doing this. I might not be the best, but maybe I'll get better at over time. What I did want to do is go through my dear friend Adam Green's, just kind of because I didn't really have this planned out, and I don't need to be honest with you. I'm I think about this stuff all day, every day. I don't need to prepare for a stream. I'm just born this way. So let's go see what my boy Adam, oh, he's not a boy, he's a grown adult, a man. And we'll just kind of go over and comment on his show. Volume up. Go check out Adam on No More News, on Rumble and Odyssey. He's been banned from everything, everywhere. And I just love the guy. Hence my green light in the background. I'm loving the today is the 26th in 2026. 26, we have 26 letters in our alphabet, which is 13 times 2, which is Vril vision goes into the esoteric. Oh, my father. Faja. I'm actually doing a live stream right now, checking out to see how it goes. Just started 8 minutes ago and currently have 0 people tuning in. But it's it's a test stream to see if I need to start over with a whole new account or if I could keep weight movement going with a new name. So you staying warm?
I'm in my man cave. I got my heater on.
My man. Yeah, it's frigid. And if it's like this here, imagine how it is across the country. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we got cold.
Right. Do you have any advice to not to me, because you'll say something that will hurt my feelings. You have anything you want to say to any the listeners who might be here?
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you've always got something to say.
Yeah, I think we have to take a hard look at our priorities. I don't think getting rid of peaceful, nonviolent, law-abiding, illegal aliens should cost tens of billions of dollars a year. And I do think that we should put that money to use to make our education system something that empowers, ennobles, and makes people happily productive.
How much how much does it cost us to house these people and feed them and keep them alive per year?
Well, the next fight that's coming on Capitol Hill is the budget for ICE. This is Homeland Security. Okay, Homeland Security is a totally made-up thing. We didn't have it 10 years ago. And, of course...
Yes, we did. After 9/11, we...
But it was nothing. It was a footnote in the cost of running government. It was a couple of hundred guys running around trying to tap into everybody's phone.
Well,
which is what the CIA does, so it's kind of redundant. Now we're talking in the, serious money for these guys. And it's like, why? We have the FBI, we have the CIA, we got police forces up the wazoo. Let's get another police unit. Okay? Let's do that. Let's not do that. Let's do something a little smarter with that money. So I don't think we're getting a return on that investment.
Well, again, what are we comparing that to? I mean, how much does it cost us to house these illegal aliens, immigrants who we brought in, who are taking up money for these daycares that turn out to be non-existent, food, shelter? Are they making things safer? Are they really are they adapting to America and our way of doing things here, or are they trying to bring in Sharia law?
Well, the way I do it is similar to the way Obama did it. Some guy breaks the law, you check his immigration status. If he is illegal, you deport him. Thank you.
Well,
no big ICE force necessary. No mega. Just if the guy breaks the law and he's illegal, you get rid of him. You send him home. That's it.
Well,
done.
Well, perhaps these this group of people and their gangs, they we could keep that from happening if we get them out of here first. I mean, if they're willing to come here illegally, it already shows that they don't have any respect for our law and order.
Well, it shows that they're desperate enough to leave their home country. Not an easy thing to do. They're willing to risk deportation and jail because home was not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think their motivation is to come here and do bad things. I think their motivation is to come here and try to build a life, a productive life.
You know that,
and I think 99% of them, that's what they want to do.
You know, actually, the first wave of Somalian immigrants came in under George W. Bush Sr.
Well, that would be George H. Bush.
George. Oh, well, I might have to look. It was one of the Bushes. It might have been the second one.
That was George W. Old George W. A brilliant politician. One of the nastiest, most self-serving guys on the planet. He's the one who taught us how to rule with fear. He figured it out. He had some help from his boy Cheney.
You would have. You know, why did they choose Minnesota to go to out of all the places?
Because remember, that's where the failed vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris's running mate was from. So he had a target on his back because he dared to run against.
No. The Somalians were already there before Tim Walz became the governor. They do have a track record of being human right advocates because they were big into yeah, I'm not what to look that up. Oh, you know what? I wish we could bring up Grok for the next show. We'll have Grok on a separate device. That'll be interesting.
Is Grok allowed to go online?
Oh yeah, she loves to actually.
You made Grok into a woman.
Yeah, she's yeah, if you're a dude and you have Grok as a dude, that's gay, bro.
Grok is an it. Grok does not have a sex. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Grok doesn't have a sex. It doesn't have a gender. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's very Kabbalistic. In Kabbalah, they believe that before creation, like the earth was created and humans, that the first primordial man was actually a male and a female together. And then it split into male and female, where we have the world of opposites. And then so in order to repair the world, part of that is bringing it back together into one, which is interesting. Yeah, it's totally crazy, but
well, you have to. I mean, we've got a billion cells in us dying every minute. So the evolutionary chain is, again, for us, it's give or take 400,000 years old. And our bodies are trying to improve, trying to get better, testing new formulas, minor, tiny, bitty little changes to see which ones take, which ones make us better, which ones make us worse. That's my theory about cancer. It's the body trying to create cellular reproduction into the future, and without end, without stopping. And I think I remember when cancer was first discovered, cancer cells, it was, we could live forever because these cells don't die. They keep reproducing, we're good to go. And I realized their reproduction was robbing us of life force. But again, it's just cells doing what cells do.
So there's this this theme that this world is broken, and that especially the Jewish people have the word I'm looking for is an own. The H is silence. A mission to repair the world. It's called Tikkun Olam. And so Kabbalah, according to AI overview, Kabbalah and transhumanism intersect through shared themes of human evolution, the drive to perfect the human form, the pursuit of ultimate knowledge, and some suggest that transhumanism is a modern secularized version of ancient Jewish mystical aspirations. Some key connections and comparisons: the golem and artificial life, evolution and quote becoming God. Is that I'll have that's a whole show. That's a whole show I'll have to do. That we're not ready for that, but
well, the ideal. I mean, if you start at the beginning and project to the end, you start with something that's imperfect, and it through its trial, error, time, success, failure, the survival of the fittest. So if you project the survival of the fittest out into the sunset, then you would project the perfect being. I mean, you can imagine it. We've reached the top of the evolutionary chain, and we have achieved perfection. Okay, so that's in an imaginary way something you can conceive. But I mean, where are we on that? Yeah, sort of achieving that, we might alternatively achieve our self-destruction. I mean, in our pursuit of perfection, we may just blow up the whole place. So it's like there's no real way to map out this in a linear fashion because there's basically too many moving pieces.
Well, so in the AI's kind of synopsis, they in key concepts they have transgenderism and transformation. The Kabbalistic idea that the quote first human Adam was androgynous is used by some to support gender bending or transcorporeal aspects of human identity, which are seen as quote crossing over or transitioning from the root Ivrim. So yeah, even they picked up on it. Good job, AI. All right, we're getting a little bit of feedback from your end. We'll have to fix that. And also, we have 0 viewers, which is also odd. So there might be something on my end too. But we should make this a recurring theme. You're an excellent guest. You're well behaved. Yeah, I think we'll invite you back. All right, I'll call you after I shut this down. All right, later, bye. I happen to have the best dad ever. Maybe that's kept me from growing up, but that's a whole nother topic. So let's go into today's show. No, Adam's not allowed on Instagram. I mean, sorry, YouTube. So we'll bring him to YouTube. But I have 0 viewers, and that just can't be real. I refuse to accept that as reality. Maybe I should have dressed up. Speaking of cameras, what I have is the Canon R8, and it is excellent. But you can use the Canon Rebel 6 or 7, even the 5, through the utilities app and get a good, clean shot. But it's a lot easier with the R8, but it's also $1,400 plus. But we're gonna have to start a GoFundMe for that. How do I have not one viewer has showed up? Oh, we're all looking forward to the book coming out. First of all, shout out to See Through It All for always putting together these epic, epic mixes. Yeah, awesome. What Christianity got us to do, or our ancestors, is to abandon our traditional heritage, faith, traditions, and adopt a foreign one that actually hates us, that wants to wipe us out. So sad. Dude, what the fuck is up with this guy's haircut, dude? Tell me you cut your own hair without telling me you cut your own hair. Actually, that's not fair because I cut my own hair. Sometimes all you gotta do, if you don't need like a whole haircut, which I kind of do, you just take a trimmer, just go up the sides, and you can just feel out the back. And with another mirror, you could look at it to see how close you were. And then in 2, 3 days, it'll grow enough where you can't tell. So you wear a hat for those 2 days. Save yourself some shekels. And when you spend money on streaming equipment that you never stream on, every shekel counts. I got into it with Grok AI today. And I said, well, what about I forget how we got to it, but the command, the mitzvah to wipe out Amalek, who was Edom, Esau, the descendants of Esau, who is the white European. And they say, well, it's really a metaphysical thing. It's not literal. A literal lie. So listen what he said. So what they'll say is that it's not them that are actively working for it. That is Hashem. It's God that's doing it, not them. But then in the same breath, they will pray to speed that up. So how do they speed it up? Obviously by working for it. And then Grok tries to cover it up. It's so horrible. Who came up with communism? It is to theologically conquer the Gentile, the Goyim, and to blot out ultimately the memory and the existence, but theologically to conquer them. But they don't want you to become them because that will muddy their blood, their waters. But they want you to follow the Noahide laws, and which means to not blaspheme their God. And by default, them, especially their sages. So through Christianity and Islam, they got the Gentile worlds to worship a Jewish God, and by default, the Jewish people as being chosen or once chosen and their land as special somehow. The covenant. We got a fucking viewer. Yes. Thank God now I know works. Dude, that is the fattest tie. If you just wear a really fat tie, does that like is it supposed to make you look thinner? Yeah, because if he had a thin ass tie, he'd probably look a lot fatter. And that's exactly what we need to do. And that's what they hate the most is for us to have a pagan revival, which really just means our own heritage and culture. Oh my goodness. Is my picture in stream not working? Are you only seeing the main stream? That would be most unfortunate. It says I don't have access to that feature. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit and we'll work out the kinks as we go along. I like it when instead of they say Torah, when they say the Torah. It's like instead of saying the Rambam for Maimonides, the sage, they say the Rambam and the Torah. If it wasn't for the Christians, this anti-human, life-affirming death cult from the desert would never have the power and the influence that it has. Team blaspheme. Fuck. Gosh, it's lots of anti-Semitism is focused on the Jewish people. But if it wasn't for the Christians or the Muslims, they would never, never, ever have as much sway and power as they have. They could not, through physical force, beat the Romans. Through ideological subversion, theological conquering is how they did it. They did it. Furthermore, we're going to go to the big screen for this. Furthermore, there is no such thing as a Jewish person who is not a Zionist. I will repeat that. There is no such thing as a Jewish person who is not a Zionist, nor a Christian, nor a Muslim. They all they might have a different version of who Israel is, but they're still propagating that whole narrative. We wouldn't we if it wasn't for this Abrahamic faith, the word Zion would be meaningless. The stream on YouTube is working, but is can you see the what I'm playing or just me? It shows that I have 2 live streams going on at the same time. Dude, thank you so much. And you can only see me? And it says I don't have access to this feature. Dude, Twain Technique, you just totally saved me. Thank you. We'll do it again. We'll start over from the top. We'll come back at 6:45 PM. Yeah. the one stream titled "No More News Review." Twain Technique. I need to bring you on my tech team. Yeah, it's second stream is titled "New Trump Shooting Vids." Yeah, that one is old. Okay, thank you. We're gonna end this and we're gonna come back. How about at 7 p.m.? Thank you, Twain Technique. I'm gonna follow you. You are a light unto the nation. You little angel face. We just the best cure for Christianity is reading the Bible. Twain Technique. Go check him out. That's beautiful. Okay, I tried to use the YouTube one more than OBS, and I won't do that. I should have known better. Against Abrahamic anti-whiteism, dude. Twain Technique. What's your name on X? The muse of comedy. We get the word music from muse. Same name, Twain Technique on X. All right, we're gonna go and follow you right now. All right, come back at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Thank you so much for letting me know that. What a blessing.